Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back from the MLG offices here in New York City. AxelToss and AxLife here, casting some StarCraft 2, specifically the Neo Star League 2013 Finals. We already saw two matches, a best of three between Courage and Jim, and 2D Ming and XY. And now we're down to a third place match between XY and Courage. So these are the losers of those initial matches, but both these players showed a lot of promise in those matches.
They really have, and the thing to point out is these Chinese guys are insanely good. They're pretty much everyone at this far in the tournament is all GM level in Korea. They compete with the best of the best every day. XY, the best Terran, of course, from China. And you've got Courage, up-and-coming Zerg player. And the region has a lot of great Zerg talent to learn from.
Yeah, and guys, again, this is all about the China scene, a space we don't necessarily get to see a lot of. So it's really exciting getting in this tournament. Again, Jim and 2D Ming already in the finals. Let's go and get into this third place match between XY and Courage. Again, XY fell to 2D Ming. Courage fell to Jim. So we have a TVZ best of three to find out who's going to get third place in this tournament.
That's right here. Newkirk Precinct TE is map number 1 at the bottom left-hand location. We have the blue Zerg, Courage. And of course his opponent in the bottom right-hand location, the red Terran, XY.
Newkirk Precinct.
You know, I wonder if XY has got to be a little worried because he just lost a TVZ 2-0.
He did.
Whereas Courage lost, not only was it as EVP, but it was also against Jim, who a lot of people considered a favorite to win the entire event. So XY may be a little more rattled than the Courage is right now.
Yeah, that's a great point. Gosh, 2D Ming played those so well. It's like both of those builds were kind of all-in-ish builds, and I feel weird saying that. But I think a better way to put it might be he made sure all of his resources went into two specific strategies. The first one in game 1 being the Ling, Baneling, 2-2, Muta, +1, attack off of 3 bases. All of his resources were catered toward that push. Sure, there's flexibility as you go along to kind of try to transition somewhere else, but your main idea is get in that production, get it done. And then in game 2, it was all about that 1-1 Baneling speed, massive attack off of 3 bases after showing those roaches. Now, in that second game, I think you nailed it. XY was thinking roaches. So as long as you got your opponent and find out exactly what's going on, it's a little bit easier to adjust. So I hope XY isn't feeling too bad because just got to scout a little bit better. That's all you got to do sometimes.
We do see the hatchery first against the command center first. Then now Courage is going to scout this. Now, he didn't drone scout, so he wasn't able to scout it in time to do a 3 hatch before pool opening. But when 2D Ming scouted the command center first in game 1 against XY, he just took a 3rd hatchery very, very quickly. And it looks like Courage, he's now spotted the build. How is he going to react?
So we'll see.
No gas yet.
Yeah, no I mean, he.
Yeah.
What's your favorite ZBT? Well, like, what do you like to see most out of players? Do you prefer the faster speed against Terran, or do you prefer the more queen heavy style?
I think the faster. I like a 3rd before gas personally.
Sure.
I like to get that 3rd hatch. You know, against Reapers, you can't really do that. Which is maybe why. Yeah. I mean, you can, and actually it does work quite often, but it's very hard to utilize the 3rd hatchery because. You don't control. It's hard to control the zone between your natural and 3rd until you get either roaches or speedlings or like 4 queens out early. So it's a little bit harder to do that fast start against Reapers. But of course, if you know they went command center first, you know there's no already Reapers. You can kind of do whatever you want.
SCV scouting the lack of gas in the main base. Probably, let's see. He does have gas mining, so factory should come down momentarily, I would think.
Yes.
Keep an eye on that. There it goes, right there. Factory, there it is.
Try and make sure he has a wall in.
You're going to be getting Hellions out likely. And again, the Hellions, the purpose of those, get that early map control. Make sure speedlings aren't doing anything funny. Try to get some scouting information out of your opponent. Deny the creep spread. Check on the progress of that 3rd. Getting those Hellions out early is pretty darn important. It's very standard in these pro level Terran versus Zerg matchups.
You know, the position of this depot is kind of interesting. You know, conventionally people kind of just try to wall as fast as possible, but he looks like he's kind of trying to wall behind the bunker or something.
I think he's using.
Or he might make a wall.
Ramp,
yeah, he might make a wall down there. Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then you're right. Actually, this is pretty efficient. 2 more depots here, and then you can put 2 more up there, and that'll work just fine. Yep. It's pretty interesting. You know,
it's like there's 2 layers of defender's advantage.
Yeah.
You have the high ground, and then you have the wall behind it.
And this wall is closer to the high ground, whereas if you wall on this ramp, actually never mind.
He's gonna
wall on this ramp. So this
limiting the surface area on the bunker, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe he wants the supply to be closer to the bunker so that the bunker can be supplied faster.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotta get that supply to the bunker.
You never know.
All right, so meanwhile, on a Zerg point of view, we don't have that third hatchery quite yet. In fact, we did see 2 gases before that. He did open up with a bunch of queens, so this is probably going to be a relatively fast Mulus build when you see someone get the early queens, but he also get the gas a little faster. It usually means they just want to tech up to Mulus faster than they would if they got the third before their gases. Although we'll have to see. You might even just end up throwing
Evo chambers down.
Yeah, never mind. I'm crazy.
It's okay. We're all a little crazy.
Yep. All a little crazy inside.
Yep.
So here come the Hellions poking around. They see the third hatchery. They see the queens. Meanwhile, on Terran point of view, he's going to try to kill us over. It has spotted the fast third command center.
So he sees that third command center, and he knows. He pretty much knows exactly what's happening.
Yes.
Actually, I think both these players do.
Yeah, they're in full
no one's
command.
really in the dark.
You know what's kind of interesting though is this third location from Courage. A lot of Zergs prefer to take this base. It's a little bit further away from a direct Terran push.
Is he going? He hasn't started the melee yet.
Yeah.
Is he going missile?
It's possible.
Like swarm host or something? Because like, if you're going towards your opponent,
well,
like a siege strategy.
He's
makes
building a
more
fourth
sense.
hatchery, so
okay.
that means you want a lot of larva for speed.
Yeah, there's the melee. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But this third location is kind of interesting. There are advantages. Like this base is easier to harass for Hellions around the back. Drops in around the back can be really annoying. This is a little bit more centralized. Oh, Hellions are going to make a run for it.
Oh, this is what you do
Going
not
straight
want.
to the natural.
Drone's already splitting up. XY is super happy about this, able to sneak by into his opponent's natural expansion, taking down some lings, and now the drones in the main base are going to be vulnerable. Courage is going to have to focus on not only having courage, but efficiently splitting up those units so the Hellions can't do that much damage. Also trying to make sure he can get enough units out here to actually deal with the Hellions, but XY already getting a good amount of damage done.
Yeah, I like how he's just sending a couple speedings at a time to the Hellions to buy time to get the rest of the units out. So, you know, that was a great move for XY, but it could have been a lot more. He
only 4
Yeah, he got a good number of speedlings, but they're much more replaceable than drones. Of course, it's, you know, twice as replaceable. You get 2 per larva for the same price, so you get 1 drone per larva. So, very good control there by Courage to minimize the damage out there. And look at this, he's even got the jump on delaying the third base from XY, taking down that bunker.
Nice. So from here, XY, a lot of Marines production, only 1 Marauder at a time.
Yes.
Of course, mainly to absorb baneling shots is going to be their utility.
And you know, a lot of Terrans won't even get that unless they see roaches.
This is that 1/1 baneling thing, by the way.
Well, he never got the speed.
Oh, that's
this is actually a hatchery tech build, right? He's still on a hatchery tech, so this is pretty
wow.
crazy, right? He never went. Oh no, he does lair. Sorry, I lied. But he hasn't used the lair yet. He's actually going straight to the entryway
he
here.
wants to hit right now. Going to try to explode into those Marines. XY trying to split up those Marines. Doesn't want to take too much damage to those banelings. Actually, exploding onto those barracks there, and I think XY, he might be okay here.
It's going to be okay, but he's taking a decent amount of damage. The upgrades for the Zerg is really kicking in here and paying off. And, you know, a good defense by XY, but this wasn't like a 100% committed attack. Right? There still are, you know, 49 drones behind it. But overall, I'd say XY's happy with that defense there. Absolutely.
12 more banelings, 14 more links. So Courage isn't done just yet.
No, he wants to get some more damage done. He knows that Terran has triple mules, and he hasn't really done any economic damage yet. He killed maybe... How many? He got 7 workers, but he was really looking for more in the 20
He wants like
count.
a triple baneling hit on all those SCVs in the natural. That's what he wants right now.
Well, here it goes. Wave number 2.
There's no Widow Mines either. Keep that in mind. The banelings coming forward. No siege tanks either. The banelings see where they head. You do not want to explode on the Marauders. Now going to control these SCVs. This is what he's looking for. The Link's trying to get him behind and actually splitting up some of those SCVs and just going to explode into that command center. Courage not able to get the money shot on the SCVs that he wanted, and he's going to have to back away.
Yeah, he's able to escape with a lot of these speedings. Again, there he goes. He's going to keep going again and again. You know, he hasn't gotten to worker kills yet, but he's kept the army size of XY down. He's killed a lot of Marines. He's been killing the bunkers.
Yep.
So that's given him hope for a second wave to actually do the economic damage he's looking for.
And XY just lifted up a medevac full of units, and every single unit is so important at this point. Another Widow Mine coming down to the natural expansion that might be very important in this engagement. Baneling's coming up, going to target down that bunker. Widow Mine could get a good shot off.
Oh!
Is going to get a great shot onto a bunch of Lings. Baneling's trying to look for these SCVs. SCV's thinking about going to help repair that bunker. But the bunker gets taken down, and Courage once again all up in the natural expansion here of XY. XY also sending a drop into his opponent's main base as this is happening, but all the SCVs are vulnerable at that natural expansion. And this is still going Courage's way. He's still just able to make these attacks work.
Yeah, XY giving up the low ground. He's lost a good number of SCVs now, but his drop is forcing a drone sweep pool, doing a good amount of damage. But look at this. Courage has killed 28 SCVs. That's what he wanted. The disadvantage is he's got to deal with the medevacs now. He's only on speedings and baitings. Medevacs can be very annoying. Even Widow Mines are hard to deal with without any, you know, I had to say it, but mutas can be kind of nice to help deal with this type of play.
Like, what's to kill the medevac? I mean, you can say Queens, but what if the medevac is in a vacuum?
Yes.
On the edge of the map, you can't really access that, like where this medevac's going right now.
And just trying to keep up with it, and they're so mobile, it's very difficult. But Courage on 3 bases. XY is, you know, had to give up a couple of bases. Looks like this Widow Mine's up to 6 kills now, continuing to do damage. We're gonna see another. Looks like another mass.
I still don't think he's made any more drones since like whatever mark of the whatever time he stopped them.
Yeah, he has not. He's still on 49 drones. Queens clear that up, and Overseer's gonna spot them. It is not gonna get a second shot off. But you know, XY
still no bailing speed, right?
Yeah, no baiting speed. XY now he's got a lot more Widow Mines. Oh, look at this. He's spreading them out, getting some in front of his base. Notice how they're spread out enough that it's very hard for one baiting to hit both, which is one of the big things you want to avoid here. Oh, the Speedy's doing a great job taking 2 of those hits.
Oh my God, so many banelings here. XY needs more Widow Mines. Gonna try to get a shot off.
That was
still
a good one.
Banelings.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a solid shot, but still so many Banelings alive. Marines are vulnerable. SCVs are vulnerable. This mineral line is going to get a nice detonation onto those SCVs and mules. XY is going to have to lift up again. He's like, gosh, man, you keep sending more and more units at me. When are you going to fall back and drone up? And as that is happening, Courage, 42 Lings in production.
A lot more Zerglings continuing to reinforce here.
Insane.
And you know, he's morphing the Banelings right in front of XY's face. Now, he was able to take out the Widow Mines too, which is huge. He brought in Overseers. Imagine there are still 4 Widow Mines there, right? It would be a whole different situation. But right now, if he continues to apply pressure...
What does XY need to do?
I mean, he needs to find a way to stay. He needs to get his Widow Mine count up so he can start stopping these. Or maybe once he gets 2-2, if he survives 2-2, that could be huge. He's trying to micro his heart out with these Marines, but more and more Zerg keeps spilling up.
And now he's in the production.
Yeah, you know, there are 3 medevacs, and there's a decent choke position here, so the Marines are actually doing pretty well, but more and more speeds. Oh, the medevacs are out of energy. And just like that, once they run out of energy, the bio evaporates.
GG from XY, and Courage takes game number 1. And it's like one of those things where if first you don't succeed, try again. But he kept succeeding a little bit, I think, with each of those pushes. Just banelings, no speed.
You know,
just Overseers. That's it.
It's so easy to like do that attack and be like, oh, it didn't work, and then go back to macro.
Yeah.
But then you're just behind. It takes a lot of courage to do what Courage did there.
Sure.
And just say, you know what? I didn't do what I wanted to have done, but I think, you know, his production isn't that high right now. He's still trying to build up the barracks. I killed a lot of units. I can just keep going, coming, and it might happen.
Now, let's say XY could resume from replay right when that first attack was happening. How does he adjust? Because, like, that attack happened literally 4 or 5 times, and if XY knows that it's coming 4 or 5 times and his opponent isn't droning behind it, and he's committing everything into just each and every attack, how does he change things a little bit? Is the Widow Mine count, is that the key?
The Widow Mine count would be good, but I mean, he was kind of working on that. I guess he prioritized. He used the factory to build a reactor for the starport before he built Widow Mines. I think that's what happened there. So that could have hurt him a bit. Also, I mean, if you really know they're going to commit that much, you just go crazy with bunkers. You put a bunker at the bottom of the ramp.
Yeah.
You get like 6 bunkers. Like I've seen Flash do that. Like you can build the wall at the top and then like 3 bunkers behind, but like Banings come up and there's only so many bunkers you can make because if you put more, let's get like the Banings will hit multiple ones at once, right?
Yeah.
So if you want to get more bunkers and keep that spread, you actually start going below the ramp and put a couple out there, and that can help, you know, take some of the punch of the Zerg attack out before it even gets up the ramp.
Nice resiliency there from Courage. He's able to take the first game of this 3rd place best of 3 between Courage and XY. Guys, do not go anywhere. Game 2 of this 3rd place match of the Neo Star League 2013 tournament. We'll be right back.